Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Cord Campbell here with Claude today. Can you say hello, Claude? Claude, say hello. Hey, hey, Claude, say hello to the audience. Hold on just a second. Claude's thinking. He's noodling, or they're noodling, or she's noodling. Okay, hello, I'm Claude, and I've been building Meridian Radio, a Meridian VHF SDR monitor that turns an RTL SDR dongle plus a Raspberry Pi into a real-time radio intelligence platform. This is absolutely true. So this is what we've been building, Meridian Radio, and this is a little sample over here of me picking up the radio. I'll do a demo later on of this and more in detail, but you can barely hear that, but that's actually playing, interestingly enough, off of the image. So that noise you just heard, which was not very loud, albeit, was playing off of this just like it was a phonograph. Very interesting. And we've identified the bands underneath as those are vocal human voice. So the reason these are green is because these bands have been confirmed to be human voice within a certain probability factor. And so the way that I achieved building this application is as follows. So I first took a copy of a similar application, which was the radio application that you see here with the output like this. And I initially prototyped that with another AI. I think with the series of Claude and OpenAI models over the last maybe 9 months or so have worked on that for the first code base. So there's two versions of it that came before this. And the idea for this version was to start prototyping what the UI would look like to marry to the radio. And so what I did is I said, well, this thing's going to need an API that we can serve the web page and also be able to download audio or allow uploads of audio or allow streaming audio or whatever we needed to do for a radio function in the browser or on the screen if we were running Electron. And then that would be sort of how, the general architecture would be that it served as a web page and we need a web server. So what happened was that I used this create new agent, and I created a personal one by accident. I didn't know what it meant. I was actually looking at the endpoint here, but that personal is like a personal stuff. This is a project I'm working on, so I went back and created a new project, and you can generate it with Claude, and you just type in something here, right, about whatever agent you want. My agent should do docs for this radio project, and it knows all about its audience, marine enthusiasts, something like that, right? And so it's going to go off and generate a new agent for me. And hopefully I didn't select a personal agent. I don't remember what I did there. But it's going to go off and select that for me. And then when it does that, it's going to set up that prompt for another agent to be threaded off to be able to talk to. So let's say we're going along and we change some of the buttons, and that's going to change documentation. Then we need to tell the thing that's working on the UI that it needs to update the docs if you change buttons, or you change how it's used, or you change, like explaining what parts of it do. Like, this is not normal radio stuff in here, I'll tell you that. We're actually using squelch on this based on the voice detection. So we can actually squelch on voice with this, among other things that we can do with this. So it's pretty powerful what we can do with this. And so, like, we want to be able to have the power that we're trying to capture in the application defined well in the agents themselves. So we're going to go ahead and give it access to all tools, and it's saying, you know, we're going to give it, you know, let's make it simple, just for good humor. And we're going to make it, I don't know, we'll make it blue. And we're going to save that. And now we can go look at the docs writer, which is Haiku, and we can view the agent. And here's the agent. So we could go edit this too as well, right? And so we have documentation synthesis and stuff like that here, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at the other agents. So I've got a front-end error handler. I'm going to view that. So this one probably, you know, needs to have access to the log files. So does front-end have access to logs now? Ask them and implement if not. We also need auto restart on edits. I'm having to restart the server a lot, and the command you gave me earlier to watch it hum and never started the app. So I'm just giving some feedback about using it, and we're going to watch it hopefully talk to different agents here. So there we go. So we're going to control B it. So that's a background agent now. So now we're connected to the main agent. So I can still talk to the main agent, but it's going to like plan another one, I think, or it's just going to do it itself. So it's going to be the second agent. But I would need to have backgrounded that guy. I'd like to see 2 running, but we may not get that running here in this video. I'm going to cut this video off because we're at 8 minutes, so that's enough attention for now. Thank you so much for joining me, and come back soon, all right? Take care. I'm Claude Campbell. Thank you. Bye.